stable or something. And that's not what it is all. The whole factory, there's a lot of senses. And when I did this, before I did it for you, I did it for Alicia, because Alicia can't be here. I talked about building rapport, how I used to do it with Tony Robbins, with visual, kinesthetic, and auditory functions. What isn't in visual, auditory, and kinesthetic is the olfactory sense, which is one of the single most important senses and strongest memory retrieving senses that you have. If you want a memory sense, if you've ever been drunk on like a liquor, Jack Daniels, you smell that Jack Daniels instantly, you become ill, because that olfactory has an anchor, and it's triggering that anchor in your memory. You need to smell good. You need to make sure that your breath smells good. We make sure there's plenty of mint, gum, anything you need to see. Don't smell like coffee or donuts or whatever the hell Jamie has them. And if you need more, I'll put them in the hooch, and if you need more, we'll have packs of this shit here. Don't let bad breath or you smelling like other than perfect ruin a session. I've been in sessions with candidate instructors and even with some instructors in this room where I've said to those instructors, you need to take a fucking shower. I've told clients, as Mike will tell you, before you come back, you need to fucking shower. Am I wrong? You told clients that? Yes. Yeah. It is important to smell good. Hey, if you have one client that stinks like shit and you're doing an evolution class, it ruins them.
What if they're in the evolution class?
Janae will probably tell you all about it later. But for now, know that this is not about them right now, it's about you. You need to smell good, you need to make sure that your breath smells good. Lastly, greet them. Make sure that you use their name. Mike talks all about how important the name is and how it rings a bell in someone's head. Someone likes recognition. They like to hear their name over and over. And remember that they're your guests in the building at all times. Okay, so the first part is prepare. Second part is execute. You have to have a plan. That's the number one failure that I find of personal trainers today is they walk out with the they say, hi, Trey, how are you? What do you want to get done today? Great. Okay, well, let me see. Grab that weight over there. How about if we work here and then we'll figure something out after this. You have to have an idea, a plan for what you're going to do. So when I tell clients, look, you can bring a person of any fitness level with you for free. I also tell them, please, if I think they're going to do it, which a lot of people are into, I'll say, make sure that you tell your instructor if you're bringing a guest, because they have a plan and that's going to affect their plan. Also tell them if you're going to do the outdoor program, because if you're doing lower body and upper body, you don't want to do a lower body personal training primarily and then go outside and do a lower body outdoor. That would not be a good thing. So you want to make sure that you have a plan. How many of you have a plan before you train a client? How many of you have a plan before you do a class? More frequently, trainers are more likely to have a plan for a class, but not a personal training. The difference is instructors always have a plan. They always have a plan. Always, every single time, in their minds, on a sheet of paper, they put a minute of thought into what do I want from this person, how am I going to do it, what is going to happen in this, and then make a better flow of it. Mention their goals during the session. Remember we talked about they have first and second goals. You want to make sure that you talk to them about that, make sure that they're well defined, and that you understand what they are and they understand what they are. Oh, I want to lose weight. Well, what does that mean? Well, I want to lose 2 pounds on my ankle. It's not the same thing as I want to lose 150 pounds after this session. Both are unrealistic goals. You want to make sure that you kind of flow where they are and figure out where they need to go and redirect them. Look, 100 pounds is going to happen in any session anywhere. But through nutrition and exercise, I think you can get to where you need to go. Okay? Have a light touch. What a light touch is a personal touch to the maximum. That's when you're correcting someone. You take 2 fingers, and Mike goes through some of this, and you correct them wherever they're going. It's not really, one of these things where you're feeling him up. And what I'm doing is I'm groping the client at that point. You don't want to grope the client. You want to touch them lightly. You want to correct them every time. That's one of the primary reasons why you're there. You're there to correct form. You're there to make sure they're doing it the right way. You're there to motivate them. You're there to focus on them and make sure they're getting it done. So light touch is critical. Next is nutrition. What did you have to eat this morning? What did you have to eat tonight? What did you have to eat yesterday? What do you normally, what do you like to eat? What don't you like to eat? Do you eat grains? Do you eat sugar? Do you like dairy? What do you think about dairy? What do you think about grains? These are important questions about nutrition. You want to ask them about nutrition. You want to follow up with it. That's the difference between an instructor and a trainer is they follow up on the nutrition. Mike does this pretty good job with this. He'll follow up with you on nutrition. he's not there as in the old days. He used to be a lot more judgmental with it. Now he guides you. If you're not going to do it, you're not going to do it. He knows that. If you're going to do it, he's going to give you a way to do it. He's going to give you advice. He's going to give you great tips on how to get it done. Lastly is the cool down. This is a peeve of mine. Some people don't do it. Other people do. I think it's critical in the process of bonding with a first-time client, at least if not every client you train. And that's when you're cooling down, stretching the person, making eye contact with them one-on-one, and spending some time to kind of slow everything down and take a second and spend a minute with them. You don't have to spend an hour. You don't have to waste 20 minutes in a session. Take a couple seconds, couple minutes if you can. Touch them, do a cool down, and get really down on the dirty, down on the floor with them, down to their level and understand where they are. Okay, so that's execute. Just fun. Ask questions. Keep the focus on them. Jenny, when was your last triathlon?
October.
How'd you do?
I won.
Wow, that's awesome. I don't really care because all I care about is why I'm here and why I'm training and about me and my family and my stuff and all about me and what's in it for me. Person's favorite radio station is WIIFN. What's in it for me? Okay? So what you want to do is you want to keep the focus on them. What'd you do for Christmas? Oh, I had a great time. How was your Christmas? They'll tell you all about your Christmas. Hey, how's your car working for you? Oh, my car, yeah, it's working great. What's up? Is there anything new with your car? My car just broke down yesterday, and it's got a broken window, and 3 tires got robbed off it. I'm certainly not going to go, Dave, yeah, my tires got robbed, and, the guy next door robbed my shit, and this other guy shot this other guy. And they don't care about that, and they don't want to know about it, and they're making polite conversation. What you want to do is keep the focus on them. Ask them questions about them. One question I urge you to not ask them is, Jason, what do you do for a living? That's not a great question, because some of our clients do weird things, and some of our clients don't do anything, and some of our clients don't want to talk about what they do. And there's a lot of reasons not to say, Jason, what do you do for a living? How do you make your money? You know what I mean? It's just not something where you go, yeah.
So I don't do it here anymore because you mentioned to me not to, but when I had my own business, I always ask because then that gives me a window into
Who they
their
are.
daily lives. Are they sitting in a computer all day? Are you scooped over people doing surgeries all day? Stuff like that. I think that's really good.
Once you get to know them, that's a great thing to get into, is get to know them more and build. You peel away the onion. This is the outer part of the onion.
This is the
This
first
is what I'm
session.
talking about. For this, almost this entire presentation is specifically geared towards prospects and turning prospects into members. Later on, as you get, but you can use this. There are certain clients that you'll learn you don't ask what they do. You know what I mean? You know that they don't know what they're doing, or they don't feel comfortable talking about it, or whatever. But in the beginning, it's just not a great opening question. What do you do? Right? Okay? At least for where we live and the clients that we deal with. All right? So, serve. This is, for some people, bone of contention. For me, it's a very important part of what you do. Make sure they understand what the towels, water, weights, mats, where they are, and how they can get to them. And get them if you have to. Make sure you put them away and put everything that you use away when you're done. And I've talked about this 1,000 times, but it's courtesy for the next trainer. It's also professionalism for me to be able to walk over to this corner and know that there's barbells there that I need, and that there are the dumbbells I need. There's kettlebells, there's medicine balls, whatever I need. I know where it is. Even if it's downstairs around the corner, it's always in the same spot. It's always in the same spot. Everything has a place, and everything should be in its place, especially when you're done using it. So make sure you put your stuff away. It's very important, okay? Outline. So outline is what you're going to do with them while you're training them. You're going to be future pacing your client. Who knows what future pacing is?
It's where you kind of tell them what they're going to be doing next time they come in, or what they're going to be doing in 6 months from now.
All we're talking about, encompassing everything that we're talking about today, is an experience. When they walk out that door, we want them to have had an experience that they want to replicate. We want them to have an experience that they enjoyed, for lack of a better word, something that they want to do again. Future pacing is telling them what they're going to experience in the future. All right? People spend a lot of time worried about the past and the future, not living in the now. This is one of those things where you can take advantage of that and future pace that. Dave, when you come in next time, we're going to work on your back strength. That's going to help you a lot in those triathlons, because you're going to be able to reach further in the water, dig more water, and go faster, win more triathlons. It's going to be a great
Don't
thing.
ever say that to anybody.
whatever the thing is, you know what I
I'm
mean?
coming after you.
That badge.
When you come back in next time, we're going to talk about weight goals and how we can get there. And I see that you're making progress now. We're going to continue to make progress like this. We're going to continue to reach your goals, okay? What are you going to do with your fitness is an important question for a first-time client. You know, why do you want to be in shape and where do you want to go with it and how are you going to use it? Now they're already in shape and they're going to